book introduction. So today we'll be going to two books. Alright, so the first one will be The Goldfish Boy, a new book, and this will be The Goldfish Boy is written by Lisa Thompson, and the researches were done by a lot of people. Anyways, let's go on into this book. Who are the characters in the story? So the characters are Matthew, Melody, and the other neighbors, the town that they live in. Matthew and Melody are basically the two main characters. Also, Matthew is the top one, so it stands out. So he stands out over of the other characters in the story that are pretty downflowed to different styles. And then I'll go into the book summary. So 12-year-old Matthew got the nickname the Goldfish Boy, and the Goldfish Boy is exactly the topic of the story because he spends all his time in his bedroom, too afraid to go outside. His obsessive-compulsive disorder is a vocabulary word that we will be talking about later. I'll just first erase these and we'll go on to them later. Makes him afraid that he'll bring in germs from the outside world that will make his loved ones sick and possibly die. From his upstairs window, he watches all the comings and goings of his little cul-de-sac and takes careful notes of what he sees. Because of this, he was the last person to see his neighbor grandson, Teddy, a 15-month-old toddler, before the child mysteriously disappeared. And as Matthew tries to crack the case, he learns that very few people, including himself, are what they see. Alright, so the Goldfish Boy is basically a name that Teddy and another character told him. And then I'll just highlight the calves first. Then we have the obsessive-compulsive disorder. Then is cul-de-sac, which is the top vocabulary word of this, and taking careful notes of what he sees. Also, the child mysteriously disappeared. That will be needing more explanation. Tries to crack the case. And then let's go into what they really are. So the Goldfish Boy is what Teddy, I'll just write T, and Cassie, which is Teddy's sister, these two called, so Teddy and Cassie called our main character Matthew the Goldfish Boy. And then his obsessive-compulsive disorder. This means that he is really afraid of tracking germs into his house, which means that he'll be really afraid of going outside. And also, he will be really on cue with his own health issues and his own facial disorders and cleanliness. Alright, now moving on to what I have learned. 1, you shouldn't have negative feelings on someone for just being the way they want to be. And you should never ever really believe in rumors that spread from people to people. The best way to find the ending to a crime is to find the exact evidence that supports a conclusion. Alright, well, let's move on to the next book, See You in the Cosmos, written by... See You in the Cosmos is a book written by Jack Chen. So, a quick introduction to the author. He is born in Shanghai, grew up in Michigan, and after spending nearly a decade in New York, working in an advertising and tech, he now lives in Detroit. And this See You in the Cosmos is the first novel for young readers. Alright, let's move on. The characters in the story are Alex, Tara, the guys, Mom and Dad, Ronnie. So, in this bit, the guys are talking about a specific group of people who is actually helping our main character Alex on the journey of success. They were actually on this pretty big road, and just saying, it's quite dangerous for them to actually be doing that. And then there is a poem from the story. Around it falls on field and tree. It rains on the umbrella he, and on the ship's sea. Alright, let's move on. So, story summary. Seeing the Cosmos was a heartwarming story, coming-of-age story that follows the journey of 11-year-old Alex Petrovsky, an aspiring astronaut and astronomer. Alright, Alex's mother abandoned him when he was a baby, and this is quite tragic. And then his father also died when he was pretty young. On his trip to the Rocket Festival in New York, which is also called a first, something like URST. I am not really good at writing on the screen. Alex meets a diverse cast of characters, including Zed, a teenage girl with a troubled past, and Carl Sagan, Alex's hero and role model. As Alex's journey unfolds, he discovers the truth about his father, the complexity of relationships, and the importance of family. Despite the challenges he faces, Alex remains steadfast in his belief that there is goodness in the world, and that science can bring people together. This is really important. Seeing the Cosmos is a beautifully written, poignant, and inspiring novel about love, loss, and the pursuit of one's dreams. It teaches readers about the power of hope, resilience, and the joy of discovery. So, moving on to what I've learned in the story before the end bit. So, we already have something that we could learn stated here. The power of hope, resilience, and the discovery, and the joy of discovery. And we should all understand that this is quite important in people's lives, because you might have the example when you first faced and found a new achievement. You're going to feel really excited, right? So that will be the end for today's discussion and introduction. See you next time.